Thank you, Rabbi, and greetings, everyone. It's great to be here this evening on the unceded territory of the Squamish, Musqueam, and Tsleil-Waututh First Nations. So I want to thank James for his warm welcome and his tolerance and understanding and forgiveness of those who are here today, as those of us who are here today did not bring the genocide to your people. And I'm grateful for that acknowledgement. I lift my hands to you and thank you for that. I'm grateful to have Rabbi here as the Parliamentary Secretary, my cabinet colleague Lisa Baer, and Nicholas and Rashna also here representing the government and representing their communities as we come together to celebrate the International Day for the Elimination of Racial Discrimination. But as Hira so ably said, it's difficult to celebrate with the memories so recent in our minds of the hate and the fear and the violence and the terrorism in Christchurch. And it reminds us of hate and fear and violence in our own country, in Quebec City, anti-Semitism in Pittsburgh not that long ago as well. And it seems not too much time goes by when another horrific example of humans hating humans because of the color of their skin or the faith that they practice. That's not how I grew up, as Hira said. That's not how anyone in this room grew up. Hate is learned, hate is acquired, and hate can be stamped out. This day is an opportunity for us to blaze that trail. Although we have taken preliminary steps as a new government by re-establishing the Human Rights Commission, by ensuring that we have a place to take issues when they emerge so that people can feel safe in their communities. It's more than government policy. It's more than government action. It's collective community action that will make a difference. And when I look at the Prime Minister of New Zealand, Jacinda, a new mother, still in her 30s, her strength, her courage, and her resolute determination to not name that should not be named, but instead to celebrate those who lost their lives merely for practicing their faith. I believe that gives us all the inspiration that we need as a community here in British Columbia. I believe that's all that we need as a beacon and a shining example of the world that we want to live in, the world that we want to create here in British Columbia. And although we're coming to celebrate extraordinary people for the work that they have done, with the cloud and the shadow of Christchurch so recent in our minds, I'm grateful to Hira for bringing that forward. And I'm grateful for Hira for a call to action. We cannot be idle. When hate raises its head, when xenophobia, Islamophobia, anti-Semitism raises its head, collectively, we from around the world, those who are here for time immemorial, must come together. And we will come together. Today is an example. Today is an example for us to say that despicable acts will not go unchallenged in British Columbia. Despicable acts will not be allowed to happen in our communities. People need to feel safe. We are the envy of the world. The diversity of our communities is unparalleled in North America. A mosaic that has been built over many, many generations. This generation has an opportunity to say with finality that hate and racism and discrimination will not exist in our community. But we have to be resolute and we have to be unified. When I look at the legislature that Nick and Rashna and Lisa and Rabbi and I occupy today, I've been 14 years a member of the legislature, and the faces in the legislature today are as diverse as the faces in this room. Filipinos, South Asians, Chinese Canadians, Indigenous members, Métis members, gays, lesbians, men and women, young and old. British Columbia is reflected in our institutions, but we need to do more to ensure that the diversity in this room and the diversity of our province transcends the political level, goes through our public services, whether it be our police force, where I see tremendous work being done in the city of Vancouver, but all of the institutions that we have in our great province and our great communities must be as diverse as this room we're in today. I commit to do that. I know everyone in this room commits to do that, and together we can make a great difference because of the people that have been nominated today for outstanding work in the community. And for many of them, they're just beginning an extraordinary career of making life better for their community, making life better for our province, making life better for our country. As we celebrate the recipients tonight, I want to also be reminded that those who are being acknowledged today are a mere handful of the extraordinary people that exist in every community in British Columbia, north, south, east, and west, in our diverse metropolitan areas and our vast rural communities as well. So with that, I want to thank you all for joining us here today. I want to, again, try and have the celebration that we set out to do when we planned this event. Try and take a little bit of the measure of sorrow and grief that we have in our hearts for those 50 people who were murdered by terrorists because of the faith that they practiced. It shall not stand. It shall not go without challenge. Thank you all for being resolute in that way, and I commit to make sure my government, as long as I have breath in my body, will be fighting to end racial discrimination in British Columbia.